Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today, thanks a bunch for stopping by. I do appreciate you spending a little time with this old man today. Today's beer comes from the Brouwerij Kees. These guys are over in the Netherlands. This was sent to me by Marcel and Brandy. We're going to continue on with the beers that they have sent me. And they sent me like 4 different beers from this brewery. So this is their Caramel Fudge Stout. It's an Imperial Stout coming in at 11.5%. Big beer. A 330 milliliter can from over there on this side of the pond, and it is an 11.159 ounce can. A little smaller than a 12 ounce can that we get over here in the States. So, sounds tasty to me. Beer, I just got a picture of the bottle. This is the canned version of it. And on the can here, I'm looking and see if I see a date on the bottom of it. It says batch 20.059, Best Buy 0723, and canned on 12/6/20. So that usually means they reverse those numbers a lot over there. So probably was put in, since 12/20 has not come here yet for the month, it's June 12th of 2020. But this is a 11.5%er. And it does have that on the back of it. So we've got the ABV and we've got the canned on date. And they're giving it about a 3-year shelf life. So pretty nice. So this chocolate imperial stout will seduce you. Caramel fudge stout. That usually means they've used lactose in the brewing process. It says ingredients are zutatin, ingredients, water, barley malt, caramel, and they've got a lot of different for where it's going. So they must be exporting this to other different countries. I'm not sure, guys. I'm actually not sure. It says EBU 45, EBC 75. I don't know what that means. A lot of times these beers that are sent to me from across the pond, all the numbers are arranged differently than what they are here in the U.S. In a lot of different countries, they make different batches to be exported to those countries. So when you go to a craft beer store or a store that you can buy some of these imported beers, they're a lot different than what the people are buying where they are made are. They reduce the alcohol, and sometimes they're even completely different batches, different malts, different this, different that, to be able to send to that country. Because a lot of countries have different limitations on alcohol and where it can be sold and all that kind of stuff. So this was sent to me again by Marcel and Brandy. So thanks again for sending it to me. I do appreciate it. And like I said, they did send me 4 different beers from this brewery. So we got a few more to get to and go through. But I do appreciate it. A little smaller can than the 12 ounce can that we get here. Over to Untappd, they have it at 11.5% ABV and 45 IBUs, and it says, same thing it says on the can, this chocolate imperial stout will seduce you. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see how seducing it is to this guy. So, that being said, the pictures here on Untappd, it looks like a very dark beer. So let's find out. Let's pop the top on this little, I call it a little, it's smaller than a 12 ounce can, so it's a little can to me. And it would probably only pour about a half a glass. in this glass that I use, the solid beer glass, which is not produced anymore. People ask me all the time now, and I've sent a lot of people to that company, and they bought a lot of glasses for the company, but they don't produce this glass anymore, guys. So if you don't want this glass, you're SOL. They don't make this glass anymore. So we got a little more than a half glass, about a finger of head, and very nice tight bubbles on the outside of the glass, nice khaki colored head, very dark beer, not seeing any light coming through it, a very nice looking beer. What you think? You think it looks good? Looks good to me. Let's find out. To the nose we go. Oh yeah, big chocolatey notes, nice caramel notes. Smells awesome. A great dessert beer from the nose. Smells pretty good. Smells really good. And I appreciate them putting a canned on date and a Best By date on there. They got the ABV on there, and it's got a lot of the ingredients on it depending on what country it's sent to. Smells awesome. Smells real good. A good final beer of the evening, which it is for me. So let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Marcel and Brandy. Thank you both. I do appreciate it. Here we go. Awesome aroma. Oh yeah. That is very, very tasty. Nice chocolatey notes, caramel notes. Maybe a hint of some lactose in there because of the sweetness that I'm getting from it. And it is what it says it is, guys. It's a caramel fudge stout beer. I am getting that chocolatey fudge caramel notes. This would go excellent with any chocolate dish. Cake, pudding, brownies, anything with any kind of chocolate in it or caramel in it. This would be an excellent beer to go to match with that. Or if you're not having something like that, this could be your dessert, which it is for me. I'm not having any cake or brownies or anything. I don't do that crap anymore. I miss it, but I'm trying to stay on this side of the grass with my diet and everything. So it is what it is. These kind of beers are my dessert. And this is a very tasty dessert. Very well made beer. Alcohol is super well hidden for 11.5%. I'm not getting any of that. Now, if I'd had this beer 10, 12 years ago, I might have found it boozy. I don't find it boozy at all right now, guys. I think it's a very, very well made beer. So, try out the fridge. Let's sip on it for a little bit, and let's come back and see where it ends up. Alright, guys, I've been sipping on it for a while now. Very tasty beer, guys. A very tasty, great final beer of the evening for me. Nice caramel, nice fudge. Alcohol is well hidden, a very delicious beer. To me, it tastes like it's had some lactose brewed with it. Nice sweetness to the beer. A great final beer of the evening for me. A great dessert beer to me. Very tasty. I would probably buy this beer if I could get it here, guys. Especially with the canned on date and the Best By date on it and the alcohol content on the can. Very nice. Very nice. Looking forward to the other 3 beers that Marcel and Brandy sent me from this brewery, and they'll be coming up in the next 3 days because that's all I have to review. We will see what shows up and or what I can find to pick up after that. But right now, we're down to those beers. So, very tasty beer. Very tasty beer. And the other 3 that I've got to review that he sent me, or they sent me from this brewery, are big beers. But this is a 11.5%er, very well made beer. Alcohol's well hidden. Very tasty beer. Final choke. Awesome aroma. Oh, that's a very pleasant aroma to me. Well, I can smell the chocolate and the fudge and the caramel. Nice. Wow. Super pleasant beer, guys. Very, very tasty beer. It's an A beer to me, guys. It's a solid A to me. 95 for me on this one. If you say, oh my God, that's a 10 beer, best thing I ever tasted, I would not argue with that. It is a very pleasant beer. This would be a great bourbon barrel version. I'm not sure if they do that at this brewery, but if you don't, or you can't find a bourbon barrel version of this, throw you a little bit of bourbon in there, and that'll kick it up a notch or 2 or 3 or 12. And there you go. You got a bourbon barrel version of it, and I do that. I do. I mean, I had some Dragon's Milk, which is supposed to be a bourbon, but I can't taste a lot of bourbon in that beer, so I'll just throw just a little splash, not a full jigger or anything in it, and that puts it to where I want it to be. So if you find a good stout that you like and they don't make a bourbon barrel version of it, throw you a little bourbon in it and it'll be right there where you want it to be. And if it's not, put a little more bourbon in it. and it'll get you there. Get you in the hammer lane quick if that's where you want to be. So very tasty beer from Brouwerij Kees out of the Netherlands. Enjoyed this beer. Very tasty beer. Not sure it's exported to the USA, but this one comes straight from the Netherlands. I'm drinking what those guys are drinking over there. So, very tasty beer. I enjoyed this. Over to Beer Advocate, they have 92 in the outstanding range. It is a very tasty beer, and I gave it a better score than they did. And over to Untapped, they have it at 4 even, which is in their A- scale. I think it's a little better than that. When I drank here, out of the glass and out of the can, canned on date, best by date, ABVs on the can, all the information you need to make an educated purchase. And like I said, I'm not sure it's available here. If it is, you need to pick this up if you like this style of beer. And if you want a little more bourbon in it, do what I said to do. Throw you a little bit in there and it'll get you in the hammer lane pretty damn quick, and you'll have the bourbon notes and the nice sticky fudge, chocolatey caramel notes. So there's always a way around to drink what you want to drink. So if you like a beer and it's not produced in a barrel-aged version of it, make it your damn self. That's what I say. And I've done that quite a bit. Throw you a little bit of bourbon in there, and there you go. It's there. There you go. So if you've had this from Brouwerij Kees out of the Netherlands, this is their Caramel Fudge Stout. Very tasty beer, guys. So if you've had it, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.